Good afternoon, everyone. I'd like to welcome you to the February 23rd, 2023 Park and Rec Board meeting. May I have a motion to, well, first of all, we're supposed to nominate the vice chair and the secretary, and typically before we do the call to, or I'm doing the call to order, but the roll call, the secretary does the roll call. So I would like to make a motion to move number 4 and number 5 to number 1 and number 2. May I have a second?
Yeah.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, so passed. So, first of all, I'll talk to you a little bit about the positions on the Park and Rec Board of the vice chair and the secretary. So for the vice chair, you pretty much, you help me or take my place if I can't be here. Or if there needs to be a presentation at the city council meeting, then you would stand in my place. It doesn't happen a whole lot, like maybe it's happened once in 2.5 years. But every once in a while, like I had a funeral and I had to go out of town and like someone stepped in for me to run the beach cleanup that Saturday. So, but otherwise it's, you participate in group functions just like you normally would. And then the secretary, Patty will do, based on the agenda that I sent her, an outline where you really don't have to do a whole lot of writing. You just fill in the blanks. And you take the high notes because the meeting is recorded and posted on YouTube. So it's not real detailed because if we need to get any detailed information, we can just go right back to the recording.
Okay, that I could do.
So, well, with that being said, I'd like to nominate Deb for secretary. May I
I'll
have
do
a
that.
second?
As long as it's not too much writing.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Thanks. And it's not too much typing either, right? She's doing the typing?
Well,
I'm putting in the blanks?
yeah, you just fill in,
And then
you fill in the blanks and hand it in.
I could do that.
Okay, perfect. And then vice chair may have, I can nominate someone can nominate themselves, someone can nominate someone else.
I would do it. I
Will you
mean,
do
we
it?
talked about it before, yeah.
Yes.
So-
Okay. All right, I would like to nominate Patty Roberts for vice chair.
Second.
So move second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. So, all right, we're good to go. So, Deb, can you call the roll, please?
Oh, I'm stepping right into
You're
it.
stepping right into it.
Okay, Tammy,
I'm here.
Patty,
Here.
John,
Here.
and Debbie. Oh, and Alan?
Aaron.
Aaron.
Yeah. A run.
Aaron?
A-A-R-O-N.
Capital A, little a.
It's a great.
Really?
monologue,
It's
isn't it?
Aaron. Is it Aaron?
It is.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay, and Deb. Gotcha.
And Kyle.
Kyle, I'm getting to you, babe. There you go. Okay.
Can't wait.
And then may I have a motion to approve, we haven't had an official meeting since November 18th of 2022, the minutes from that meeting. May I have a motion to approve the minutes?
Sure, I'll move to approve those minutes.
May I have a second?
Yeah.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye, Deb will sign these after the meeting. All right,
Considering
so
I didn't even see them, but yeah.
they were on the email from Patty.
Okay.
Okay, so the minutes from the last meeting on November 18th were approved. And then we have no citizens, so no citizen comments. Okay, so agenda item number 6. So if you guys have looked at like the Park and Rec Board, and I'm sure you all have, like on the city's website, it has activities and Park and Rec Board. And, we've had, Yoga by Tara, twice here. We have Monday, Wednesday at 11:30, and then she's on the beach on Saturday at 9:30. And we had stand-up paddleboard for 2 years, but all of calendar year last year, nobody showed up. So we still have the stand-up paddleboard lessons where he does not come here. You call him, you set it up, and then he'll come and meet you. Like you do the whole thing, you pay online, and then he comes. But she was coming here, like, people would sign up online. She just didn't get anybody. So I think my theory is if you have a stand-up paddleboard, like I do, I'm not going to pay $35 to come down to City Hall and do it. I'm going to do it in my backyard. And if you don't have one, you probably may not have a whole lot of interest in doing it, or it may be a little out of, you may be over your skis a little bit, or it may not just be something that you're willing to do without a lesson. So with that being said, We can talk about it if you have some thoughts, but I just kind of wanted to plant the seed because we need to replace her with like one more activity. And we've tried boot camp in the past, it didn't really go. It was me dragging my friends in the neighborhood. Like I
Still
do.
doing it.
I still do it. I drag them everywhere. They're like my little tribe. But we did it a couple times, and it was on the beach, and it was really messy. Like, I love boot camp, but not on the beach. You're covered from head to toe in sand. Your car is covered from...
Yoga was the same way.
Yeah, yoga was the same way. Like, I would literally stand there in downward dog and look at all the bugs crawling across my hands. Like, people love it, though. I just don't. So, like, you don't have to come up with anything right here on the spot, but, like, if you think of something or if you know someone... but the way the program works is, so like just say Tara, for example, with the yoga. So she charges $10 per class. If she has 2 people or 25 people, whatever it is, she pays the city 25% of each class to use the space. And I'm pretty sure she doesn't pay to use the beach, or does she? And then they get free parking. I can't remember where we came out with that.
I thought it was that she uses the beach, they just pay for parking, or they have their parking pass.
Okay.
Yeah, so we're not collecting from that.
Okay, so she's only paying on the days that she uses the building. But with that also being said, the stand-up paddleboard lady was paying even though she wasn't using the building. So, she was
Because
because,
you advertised for her, sort of.
yes. I
Makes
know,
sense.
whatever the reason may be, but if you think of something and if it, the schedule fits, like I believe like if there is a luncheon or something like that, Tara cancels the class because the city can't give up like that huge income for someone to rent the room for the,
$12 basically sometimes.
Yeah, and if there's only 2 people. She's been having like 20
Yeah,
plus
big
people.
class.
No way.
Yeah, she has every class. I see people walking over the bridge to her class in their yoga mats. So she's really
That's
growing.
awesome.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Awesome.
She's so happy. I saw her on Gulf Boulevard the other day, and she was just like, "Thank you
Oh.
guys so much for this opportunity." So she's building like a really solid group of people who love her yoga.
That's great.
So like, we'd love to get one more activity in here. It's a great building, like to get more residents involved in something that they would like. At the next meeting, I'll also ask for suggestions to say, if there's some requests, if people know an instructor of some type that's looking for a venue to maybe do something.
What about karate or something like that, or self-defense or something?
Yeah, I mean, I've taken those. Those are super fun. Like, are you thinking like an every week thing or just like a one-time
I
seminar?
don't know, like the yoga.
Like the yoga? Okay.
I mean, you just
How about
said
dance,
suggestions.
maybe? A Zumba
Dance.
class or something.
Oh,
Those are fun.
And we just
Jazzercise, something like that.
I think we talked
That
about
word
maybe
is
too,
like
just do
old.
a dance lessons period. Like
Dance lessons,
salsa,
yeah, you did.
bachata,
Yeah, that
stuff
would
like
be fun.
Yeah.
Something that kind of mix it up, that way couples can come, single folks can come to learn how to do that stuff. So
Does anybody want to do a little research on that?
I can help.
Pricing?
Yeah, look up some things for the karate and the dance.
Okay, like I know Bogdan, who was at the Health and Wellness Fair, like
Right.
the dance. He
The
might
Magic
have an
Dance Club?
Yeah, they might be interested if you want to give him a call.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, that's awesome. Thank you. And then you can just report back at the next meeting next month? Okay. Thank you. Does anybody have anything else that they want to add?
Well, I have a quick question.
Sure.
Would you consider adding Tara to another day?
Yes.
Well, that would be up to her. You mean like another day in the building?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I mean,
Because
I
like
can't
there are
come.
days I can't make it, but there were other days I could,
yeah. What do you think about that? You two?
I mean, we work around it right now. It's just we leave the space open until we have to set up something after.
Maybe a Thursday or something?
There's
would be
nothing
a good
else
add,
on
or-
those days at that time.
Okay.
Regularly.
I'll text her.
I mean, if she has that large of a following and you're making money, extend it.
Because I've always wanted to try it, but that's the 2 days I work, Monday and Wednesday.
All right, so a Thursday or, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. And I know she still teaches at Drip Yoga, so I'll check her schedule with that. And
Okay,
then, yeah.
thanks. That's
So, yeah,
great. Okay.
absolutely. Sounds good. Anybody else? Okay, all good. All right, number 7, discussion of the board's 2023-24 budget for city council review. So we're kind of in a position where, here, I'm gonna hand out like just last year's budget. Now,
Thank
this
you.
isn't 100%, we adjusted things, but this was what my original budget looked like, and we can, everybody has one? We can tweak it. But anyway, so the events that we do for this year, if you guys want to write down these dates, or if you have your calendar, or I can email them to you, there's only 4. So the Halloween event in October is actually our first event.
Wow.
Yeah, so that's October 28th, that's a Saturday, from 10 to 12. We did one year where we did it on a Saturday from 10 to 12, and then we did it once
Sunday.
on a Sunday in the afternoon. And I think we got better attendance. It just felt a little bit better in the morning, and it wasn't quite so hot. Like it was blazing hot this past year.
It was hot.
So I think the morning did work out a little bit better. So there is no wedding on that day, so we were able to book it. So Saturday, October 28th from 10 to 12 is the Halloween Pets and Pals.
Perfect.
Our
Wait
next,
a second, hold on.
Sure.
So, the Halloween deal is, it says here Sunday,
This is
October
last
30th.
year. This is last year's
Oh,
budget.
last year,
Yeah, we
okay.
still have to do this year's budget. That's just the example from last year.
Okay,
Yeah.
good, thank you, okay.
So our next event is December 4th at 5 p.m. and that's the holiday social and Christmas tree lighting. That is 1 hour from 5 to 6. That's where we brought in like catering from Beller Market this past year.
I think we need to let the community know about that though, because a lot of people didn't know you guys were serving food. A lot of people didn't come.
Well, you know what? So we posted it like we do everything else.
That
It's-
food is included, or?
Well, it did say food,
Okay.
and I did announce it at the meeting, and like 400 people listened to the
Oh,
meeting.
okay.
So
We
we
have beer too.
There was
And-
free beer at that.
and
you know.
beer.
Yeah.
So I add we had Miss Beller Beach. I mean, if
I guess we
people
did.
only knew that we had
That she
all
was-
of those
yeah.
goodies, they would have
Oh,
been
yeah.
here, like
Ooh,
lined
that's
up
good.
down the
Now,
bridge.
Reddington Shores, when I was working for them for the holiday, when they did this type of event, one thing that they did to try to, ascertain more people, especially the kids, was they actually hired out and had someone blow snow, basically a mound of snow.
That's cute.
For photos, and they brought Santa Claus in.
That's cute.
We had a lot of people show up. I think we had 500-600 people show.
Wow.
So-
Okay.
But we're Reddington?
Reddington Shores, yeah.
I don't know if
Did you
that's
say
having
500 or
kids in
600?
There are.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, yeah, we can talk about that.
Yeah, just some
Absolutely, it's a
ideas,
good idea.
you know.
We talked about bringing in Santa, we talked about bringing gifts. In the last 2 years, we get about 5 kids. And that's with us advertising. So it wasn't really we have more dogs here than we have small children. And I think a lot of it too
I
is,
had to bring my 4, and that you said we only have about 5, and 4 of them were mine.
yeah, and then the other 2 were my neighbors. The
Yeah.
little kid that stuck the tongs up his nose, yeah, those were my tongs. Anyway, and his nose, but that's how it goes. Anyway, so that holiday social, and we'll get into all the details of all of these different things. I'm just giving you the dates right now. And then December 10th, literally like this is Sunday, is the mayor's chili cook-off
Ooh.
from 10 to 2. So we're gonna have obviously like NFL football, not college, because this should
Did you
be
say
on a
December 10th?
10th, December 10th.
And the other deal is, December, the holiday tree
Fourth,
lighting?
between 5 and 6.
The 4th, right before the city council meeting. That's on a Monday. So we try to get people so that's why we brought in the food, because we know people are coming right from the office or work. And so we wanted to give them the previous year, we only had sweets and hot chocolate and, coffee or whatever we had. We didn't have real food. So we thought if people are coming here, like I know if I'm going to sit in a 2-hour meeting after work, I want something more than a cupcake. So that's why we ended up bringing just some
That was
heavier
nice.
apps, yeah.
Maybe you
Very
could
nice.
call it like a jingle mingle for the town and like maybe make it 2 hours and then really have people come and kind of like all celebrate together a little more.
Like 4 to 6. City council meetings at 6.
And it ends at 7?
No,
No.
it ends when it ends.
It ends.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay,
so-
so it's early, that's what I'm saying.
It is
It's
early. It is early.
I mean, to do like, you lose all the people who work, and you still have a lot of people in this community who work, but,
Yeah, exactly.
all right.
So, I mean, it's not really a big holiday blowout party. It's really just a Christmas tree lighting that we try to tie a little bit in. So we have the table and we try to really get the merchandise out. So if people want to buy Christmas gifts,
Okay.
they can come. It's not really a blowout like not that I would call the Halloween thing a blowout, but you know what I'm saying.
The chili
Like,
cook-off was a
Like a full.
what?
The chili cook-off that was really a good turnout for our
Yeah, I
first
thought
year.
so.
Absolutely.
Really
So,
good
I mean, it's not really, this holiday social isn't really meant for that. It's just meant to light the big Christmas tree out front. And while we
Okay.
want people to be there, like, it's before the meeting. We did give away the beer from the chili cook-off and no one really, I think people drank too because they were going into a meeting. So it wasn't really like,
No one got crazy.
no one got crazy.
Like at the chili cook-off, people were drinking.
Well, this year they'll drink more. Okay, so, and the next one we have is obviously in 2024, and that's the Health and Wellness Fair, which is Saturday, January 13th. And I was considering like asking what you guys think of shortening it by 1 hour, 10:30 to 1:30 or 10 to 1, because we've had it from 10 to 2, and that last hour always is very, very, very thin.
It draws on.
And that was Amber's suggestion. She
Yeah.
said if you make any suggestions about it, make
Make it
that to
shorter.
cut it.
So
cut it
just,
off an
so
hour.
10 to 1? Is that good?
Yeah.
Okay. And we can discuss more about it. I mean, it's almost a year away.
I remember last year it was the same idea, but then we changed it at the end.
We extended it.
Yeah. Do you remember why?
I don't. I think maybe just if people are not available in the morning, they have stuff to do, but it's dragged on 2 years in a row and
Yeah.
it's too long. And I got some information on a couple of other health and wellness fairs and they were only 2 hours. So like, even if we did 11 to 1, and then we don't have to be here so early to set up, but I just,
10:30 to
that's
1, like you were saying.
10:30 to 1. Yeah, I'm good with any
Yeah.
of that.
10:30 to 1's 2.5 hours. Did you mean 1:30 or just do 2.5 hours?
2.5 hours.
2.5.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm good with that. And we'll get into way more details about this later. I just want to make sure you guys had, for our 4 events that are currently on the books, that we have to turn in this agenda. So we will go through at our next meeting. Like, you know, you can look at the agenda from last year, you know, we can switch some stuff around, you know, like we can do changes. I wanted you guys to have a picture in your head of what we have to present to city council to get them to vote and approve it. We have a budget, but that they already approved, but then we have to get their approval to like kind of break it down like event by event.
What's our budget?
So we don't need to discuss at this point, if I understood this, that the Christmas tree lighting was very, very close to the chili cook-off. That's
You mean close in date?
yeah, close in dates.
Yeah, okay, so how that happened was, so this past year, it was in November. And like, we had a ton of people tell us, Thanksgiving, you're too close to Thanksgiving. So the reason why we looked at a date that was open when it wasn't too hot. So like, you know, it's, in the fall, it's still kind of too hot to have it. And then December 10th is kind of one of those things where you're over Thanksgiving, but you're not really in the throes of Christmas yet. Like it still feels really early and people are still like, you know, if you're into football, you're going to be watching football that day. So that was the date when Kyle and I went through the city calendar that was open. And then next we went to Mayor Gaddis because it's his chili cook-off. And then the other thing is that I would like to, and I've talked to them about it, get your guys' feelings. I can't see you saying no because all I want to do is get some of the other boards in the city involved. Like whether they want to participate, they just want to talk to their neighbors about participating, they want to
Donate,
whatever they want to do, like because this is the Park and Rec Board really helps with this, but this is the mayor's chili cook-off. This wasn't our event, this was requested, so this wasn't something that we came up with. So we want to include the other boards, and you know, and they don't have to, but like we would like, you know, and it would be a good way to get to know them better, because I don't know a lot of the, I mean, in the city council meetings when we're presenting like the quarterly board reports, you don't really get to talk to people that much, so.
Tammy, what is our planning period here? Are we a calendar year, or are we for these budgeting, are we a calendar, or are we a June year end, or what are?
This
what
is
are we?
over 2 budget years, so we're by budget year for the money.
By budget year,
Yeah,
so
October
2 years?
1st. No, October 1st to September 30th is the
Okay.
budget year. She's got scheduled out through the rest of this budget year into the next.
10,
So there's
10/1 to 9/30?
Yes.
Okay.
And then do you want to tell what our budget is?
Currently, this year is $4,000 for promotional events. And then there's, in that same line item, we have Christmas decorations and things for 2,000.
How much?
2,000.
Okay. And the 4,000 for promotion, is that net of ticket sales, or is that net
It has
cost?
nothing to do with the
Nothing to do with any of
revenue.
those
It's
activities?
it's what is budgeted for expenses that year.
From the city's budget.
Yeah.
Well, thank you.
Yes, thank you very much.
4,000's a good start.
Yeah.
So from a budget standpoint, I mean, just, so from a budget standpoint, we're kind of, so we're really setting out our time that it's gonna kind of go over, no. Oh, it's next year, okay, so this is 10/28 of 23, so our year is 9/30/24? Is that right?
So,
We're that far ahead of it?
yeah, we're ahead of this whole budget year. So it'll be next budget year.
Yeah, exactly. But we just can't, but you also like, so like we do, and we'll get down to it.
We can buy things this year for next year.
Yeah, and that's
Before
what we've
the
been
budget.
doing. So I just kind of look at it
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
you know, he figures out the math and where to put it and where it goes, and we just kind of, we don't have to so much
Worry about that.
worry about the dates. And then the merchandise, like he will say, it's in the budget, it is not in the budget. We get the, like the mainline things that we want to do approved. And like say like the holiday social, when we did this planning, we did not put the Beller Market catering into it. You won't see it on there, but we saved money and made money at the chili cook-off, so we were able to take that cushion and make the holiday social nicer. So this is like not set in stone, it's flexible as long as we stay within the guidelines. And then also our merchandise comes out of it. So like say Kyle just we placed another order for the Beller Beach logoed hand towels, okay? So he's gonna go to the embroidery place and pay that bill. He paid the bill on Amazon. Like that also comes out of here, but when they're sold, the money doesn't go back into this budget. That's why I don't worry about the budget, because it's really like the city's budget is it's not just like line for line. Say if we made like $4,000 at the chili cook-off, it doesn't go back into a budget that we can spend. So like we don't even, it's not like that, so we just don't really, I mean, we obviously pay attention to like the high lines, but we don't go down into the details of it. Kyle keeps track of all of that and makes sure that we're all in the good. So if we can't do it, it kind of gets halted before we even start the process, so we don't waste our time. But typically the way we've managed this out, we look for every way to make nice events, and we try not to like spend too much money. And if we can make money or get some things donated, then we do that, and then that helps with our bottom line.
Yeah.
And
So our focus is on the activities,
Yeah.
okay?
And then there's some other things that we have focused on, but these are just the events that we do. And then I'm gonna go over the other things that we've been doing. So like, obviously this is pretty much like a newer board. We can keep the same things that are working, like we can take off the things that aren't working. We can add things, we can change things, we can, you know, we can do what we can do, like as long as we want to do the work. So it's, you know, there have been, like, when I first started this, and I literally have my little notebook from my very first meeting in September of 2020. And, like, they were like, Lynn Reeves sat me down and said, Tammy, you can do whatever you want. You can have one meeting a quarter, you can have a meeting every month. You know, it's up to you to run your meetings and do what you want with your board, what your board wants to do. So he's like, I've seen all of it in the past. I've seen people that don't meet very often. I've seen people that, you know, whatever. So we can kind of do with it what we want. But these are, like, walking into the room today, these are already the events that are on the
Set in stone.
schedule. Yeah, they're already set in stone. So I just wanted to give you this so you had a chance to look. Like, I already know that there's gonna be like certain things that are gonna be changed on this budget, but I just wanted to let you see how we kind of, like, the things that we have to pay for. Like, we have to pay for security, we have to pay for, you know,
You have to meet at least 3 times a year is what it says.
3 times a year.
Chart.
Okay. And that's not very much at all.
No.
Like, sometimes we'll meet twice in 1 month if there's an event, so like, yes. Sorry.
The chili cook-off, you make money on that too? Did that, provide you guys with a bonus?
So what-
I did, yeah, I think.
The way we ended up with extra budget is that we priced our insurance through what our typical renters do, event insurance. And then I found out through the Florida Municipal Insurance Trust that we could get better quotes through them.
Oh, that's
And we
great.
saved on our insurance money, and we also saved on our food, because I think Tammy and I came out under on food budget.
On Costco, because
That's-
there's
yeah.
sales.
It was sales.
Yeah, so I mean, and literally, like, I don't know if we made any money on the chili cook-off or not, like.
But it really wasn't to make money.
It wasn't really
a
to make money.
moneymaker.
So
Yeah.
yeah, it wasn't a moneymaker because they bought the $10 ticket and got 2 drinks for free. So it
Yeah.
was really just a way to balance out, you know, whatever.
So we don't really do that many fundraising activities.
We
That's
don't
more
do
for
any.
the foundation.
That's the
Yes.
foundation, yeah. As the Park and Rec Board, we don't do any fundraising activities because the fundraising wouldn't go back towards our board at all. It would
But it
go-
will go
back
back
and
to
we couldn't
finance
give
the
you a
cost
tax
of the,
write-off.
Right.
but it will go back to defray the cost of the event. So if you,
Like the tickets.
right, if we,
for the-
Yes,
the
yes, yes.
tickets, so it reduces the cost of doing the event.
I think
Kind of
it
a
does.
wash.
The only reason we did the $10 for the chili cook-off is because we have never had an event that we had alcohol at. And so that is the only reason we did it. And even though the foundation has the insurance for 3 or 4 events that covers alcohol a year, we can't mix the 2 boards with an event like this. So it's either the city's event or the foundation's. Like, if the city has an event like the Health and Wellness Fair, like the foundation had a table there just like any other
Yeah.
business, but we weren't, you know, like, we were just participating, we weren't running it with the city. So the only reason we did the $10 for the chili cook-off is because of the alcohol and the insurance and the permit and all the extra costs that we had never had for any other of our events.
Did we charge tickets, we charged people to come at the door too, didn't we? So when they came in, 2 people came in, they gave us $20.
Yes.
Yes,
Right, okay.
yeah, and then
So
you
we
got
had-
tickets for 2 drinks each for that, and then the chili, so, and dessert. So like, it was, we didn't
It
charge
was a
for.
bargain.
No wonder, no wonder
I
you had a
feel like
good
we made,
turnout.
I want to say 400 or 500, if I remember.
It was a good event.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was good, and we're hoping for a good event this year as well, like, to get more people involved. We're hoping the timing will lead to more people being involved. We're hoping that it being on a Sunday with the football will be, so, yeah. So we'll get into all the details of that, like, later, because obviously it's December and it's only February and we have tons of time. But I just want to make sure everybody had the dates on your calendar, and then typically what we do is we will do the setup the Friday before. Like, we'll come in for, try to keep it to 2 hours, because the guys do all the setup of all the tables, like, they do all the heavy lifting for us pretty much. We just have to put out the tablecloths and set up the room the way we want it.
Can I set up the tables?
No,
Why not?
why do you want to? Are you joking? Yes.
Thank you.
I'm like, if you really
Thank
want
you.
So
to.
you can come in and change them all.
You can do all the tablecloths, John.
Thank, no, I'll set up the tables. I'll do whatever you want.
I know. All right, so does anybody have any questions? Like I said, you really don't even have to look at the details of this budget at all because it's old. It's just so you kind of get an idea.
So to reiterate, it's at 10/28, 12/4, 12/10 in January.
13.
Yes.
December,
13.
Okay.
December 4th.
December 4th, December 10th, January 13th.
Yeah, 10/28, 12/4, 12/10, and 1/13.
I'll have Patty email it to you too,
Okay,
It'll be in the notes.
and it'll be in the notes,
okay.
the minutes.
Yeah,
Okay.
and it's,
All good with number 7? Okay,
what, do we need a motion for that? Or no, just all good?
that's just discussion.
Okay.
Agenda item number 8, discussion and review of the annual events for the new board members. So we pretty much talked about there's a couple things to add. Well, really only one thing to add, because we kind of talked about that with it, is the monthly beach cleanup. So you have all been to the beach cleanups. They are the first Saturday of the month at 8 a.m. I think I've missed 2 since we started them, and like Nicole helped me. So every once in a while, like I said, if I have a funeral or if I'm out of town, it hasn't happened a whole lot, I will ask one of you guys to stand in for me. We are switching, we have been doing the donuts every month, and people are kind of got donut burnout, except for you.
My wife is not happy with you.
Okay, so she'll be happy, because you know why? Moving forward, we're doing protein bars.
What, protein bars?
Protein bars.
What else?
Or granola bars. So
Yeah,
Kyle
that's
shopped
just
at Costco, and so we'll
Yes.
have a variety of like options, and they're gonna obviously be packaged. And so they'll be easier, like, especially when it's hot out.
Yeah, you
Like-
get dirty and your
Yeah, we'll just
hands-
put a basket of, you know, a selection out, and we'll still have the ice water or whatever. So we're switching up the treats, because like people didn't even like the little muffins. I was like, okay, well, and it's okay. It's just like, no, I don't, and I get it. I don't want it either. I want it, but I don't want it. So if we have a little healthier option, it might be better. But it's the first Saturday of the month. Like if you guys can come, great. If you can't come, you know, the only way that you even need to let me know if you're coming or not is if like I can't be there and you're supposed to be covering for me. Otherwise, you don't even, you know what I mean? It's not like you have to call me and say, hey, I can't make it today. Or, I mean, you can say, oh my God, I overslept or whatever.
Well,
But you don't have to.
I don't know exactly how the residents know about the website or how to navigate the website or what have you, but like my next door neighbor moved in a month after me. You know, she's on the dog walking program, and I just mentioned it to her this morning. I met her on Sauron Easement, and she wants to come. I think more people would go to that deal, and maybe some of these other deals. I don't know how you get the word out to them. I know we have a website, but something more. Just going to the website to keep yourself informed is not exactly the same as sending out an email blast.
We do send out,
You do
the
that?
city newsletter goes out, we put it on the electric sign, and I'll tell you, John, when we first started,
We put it on the front page now too. We used to have it kind of.
you have to find it, now it's on the homepage.
So we've made some adjustments.
Yeah, so to make it easier, but like we mailed out, we spent $1,200 of our budget, 1/4 of our budget doing one of those postcards with the dates and some info. And most people were like, didn't get it, threw it in the garbage. I get 6 of those a day, I don't read them. So it's like, that's really the only way we have to reach every resident is to do a mailer, because a lot of people don't want to give their email addresses. We have, if you've noticed, at every event we have the form that you fill out to get on the city newsletter, and we might get 2 or 3 at every event. And people will say, oh, I filled it out 3 times and I still don't get the city newsletter. And then I go, I don't know, I'll ask. Because we turn in the form, so I don't know what from
Are you still not getting it? All right.
I think I'm getting it. Obviously, I got that.
'Cause every time I get those forms, they go on Patty's desk.
This comes in the email?
Patty just got thrown under the bus.
I will check. I
So
have access
John,
to the-
it's pretty much a discussion constantly, what you just said. That's why, like, it's gotta be like word of mouth, neighbors. We did keep Pinellas Beautiful posted one time on their website. We got 45 people, most of them work from Bel Air Beach, and we couldn't handle the parking. And like, people were, you know, trying to turn around in that little parking lot, and then I didn't have the parking passes, and we can only handle like.
We've never been undersubscribed on the cleanup deals. They're popular events. They cost nothing. It's do good stuff. It's a good time.
Yeah,
No,
yeah,
so-
we have our crew on Saturday mornings that like come hell or high water. It could be like, you know, freezing rain, and
Yeah, so that's the way we do our recruiting. I see Deb, hey, we do this, hey, good, I'll
Exactly.
go.
Yeah.
All right,
So
that's
it
been
is
the most
pretty much-
effective method.
Yes.
Yeah, to be the recruiter.
Good.
Yeah,
Hmm.
that sounds good. But otherwise, like those are the things that are on our schedule as far as like socials or cleanups at this moment. And you know, we can at our next meeting, you guys want to bring, we can brainstorm, or if you want to do any additions. But does anybody have any questions about any of those?
No.
Okay. Agenda item number 9. So
Oh,
this,
wait,
sure.
you got beach cleanups, but you don't have the causeway cleanup on here.
Because that's the foundation.
That's the foundation.
It is.
Okay, I see,
Uh-huh.
okay.
So number 9, again, we don't have to talk about anything. I wanted to give you the date, which when this was originally typed up and sent to Patty, we were looking at a date maybe in January or February, but it got moved to December 10th. So the only thing I wanted to talk to you about, I've already said all of this, that's December 10th, Sunday, 2023, and we're going to invite all the city's boards to participate and help get the information out to the community. And I'm probably going to work with Patty with a letter to, like, I'm not going to do it in a city council meeting or whatever. It's going to be a letter sent out to like the other members of the board.
You can also do it at the board appreciation,
Oh
volunteer
yeah.
appreciation.
Do you know when that is?
April.
April. Okay.
April, do you have a date?
I'll get a date. I don't know. Patty usually coordinates it, so.
Yeah, because I went to that last year and I didn't recognize 75% of the people there. So, and of course, we all stayed in our own little tables and only talked to the people that we know. So this year, I'm going to make a
You're gonna
concerted
mingle?
effort to mingle. Yes. And talk about the mayor's chili. Actually, I might have the mayor talk about the mayor's chili cook-off and have the mayor
Yes.
invite the other
Yes.
boards. Because it'll be much more well-received as a request coming from him than it would be from me. So, that's what I'll do.
The chili cook-off, is it going to remain on the same platform? $10 a person, 2 drink tickets?
But you know what, well, it's December, we're gonna get to that a lot
Okay.
later. Yeah, I don't know.
Okay.
But anyway, so that's all we needed to really talk about today, unless you guys have like a high-end question about it. We can get into the details probably like, and the reason why we don't have is because we need to get we need to get the agenda, like, so we'll talk about that when we do, like, we spend a good meeting on this.
The budget.
Yeah, on the
Okay.
budget. And then we pretty much just give suggestions, and then Kyle gives his, okay, Kyle and Aaron gives their approval for what we request, if that makes sense. Okay, so just so you guys have a heads up, we did a little bit this last year, but for the planning for next year's Health and Wellness Fair, like, I would love to divvy it out a little bit. Like, so like last year, like Patty did like the 2, like the holistic dental and the holistic, or the wellness. Chiropractor, yes. So like maybe like, if you would like.
I already wrote them down.
Dr. Renner or
Yeah, I just wrote them.
Pilates. I know everybody has ideas, and what's great about this is people are calling me now and saying, can I participate? Like,
Oh, that's
we're not
good.
going to be knocking on a lot of doors anymore, but like, and we have a lot of people that were at the first one, that are at the second one, that absolutely expect to be at the third one and want to be here. And then we like to maybe change out a couple that, maybe they weren't that crazy about being here, or they didn't really fit like our community, and then just to give a few more like newer options for the people that come, just so like we switch it up a little bit. So that's just in the back of your mind. If like she did it in 2 seconds, just make a little list, and then it'll be like a group project, which would be good.
So I am wondering though, do you have any literature on that we can just like hand to someone and say,
Yes.
would you like to be a part of this?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect.
We have letters with city letterhead that pretty much, I sent it to you because you sent to those 2 people that I usually just send out.
Okay,
So, yeah,
perfect.
we have all of that.
So should I say Tammy to resend or something?
Yeah, and it's next year, so it's next January.
Yeah, but it's never too early to start speaking with people.
But you know what I did though? I started really early because I wanted to get the mole patrol, you know, the dermatologist with the van. And I started so early and people like August, I think, and they're like, why are you calling me now?
Okay.
So it was too early and they forget. So there's a sweet spot that like you do it maybe, you know. But you know, this is the other thing, Deb, like for the people that we wanted to have back, when we sent the thank you letters from this year, we put next year's date on it already, so they already have a heads up.
Okay.
Yeah,
Wonderful.
yeah,
That's
so they
great.
already, like if they want an early calendar, we already gave it to them.
Great.
Yeah,
Why
What
didn't we
it-
get mole patrol?
because they weren't available. I asked in August and they were already booked.
Oh,
So-
are you asking now?
Well, you know
I
what,
wanna
that's a
see
good
this Mole
idea.
patrol.
Yeah, I will email them again.
What is the health and welfare fair about? I mean, what is it about?
The Health and Wellness Fair?
Health and wellness fair, we get vendors in,
Yep.
Yeah.
or so we get vendor, do we
You didn't
charge them
come?
admission? So they come in here?
Oh, yeah,
for-
yeah, we charge 20, but I think
25.
25, yeah.
$25.
So the first year, they paid $25 to participate, and then we basically provided lunch for them, and then we bought the bags with the Bel Air Beach stickers on them, because the first year, people were walking around and they were getting all of this stuff and they had nowhere to put it, so they were like
Little
sitting it on the
samples
floor.
of information. And
Yeah,
stuff.
paper, protein cookies, so these people give away a ton of stuff. Like there were a couple of vendors that they would literally fill the bag themselves if you want to take one of everything off their table. Because they buy all this marketing material and they love to be at these things and give it away.
How many vendors do we get?
We only have room for 23. So we've had 19, 20, 21. You're always
We do that here, or, I mean, over
In the
there?
big room.
in the big room.
Okay.
That's where the chili cook-off was.
It's set up the same way, but there's tables everywhere, and I can send you some pictures just so you have a visual. Yeah,
You've done it 3 years now, right?
this will be the third.
Oh, this is.
This will be the third, yeah. So yeah, we don't charge the residents anything, but both times we were blessed with very terrible weather, freezing. First year was so cold and rainy, and it's nobody wanted to leave their house, including me.
This is the January event.
This is the
Yeah.
January event, so you never, it could be beautiful, but it's been pretty cold the last 2 times.
It was pretty this year.
It was
Cold,
pretty, it was
but pretty.
sunny, yes.
Yeah.
Which helped, I think.
Mhm.
So, and we had a lot of new faces this year that I had never seen at other events. And just so you know, we don't turn anyone away. If they're not Bel Air Beach residents and they live in Harbor Bluffs and they're walking the bridge, they're more than welcome. So, we don't ID people. They're welcome, and we've never had a problem. So, it's we try to be neighborly.
Okay.
So, yeah, we'll get into that detail later. I just wanted to let
These
you know
were some
the
of the
date.
people that were there
Okay.
that came to the health and wellness. But this is the first year, not this past year.
Oh,
Just give you
Publix.
an idea.
I like that.
It was
Yeah, we have
really
Baycare.
nice.
Baycare Fitness came this past year. We have some good people that come.
The Palms, are they on here? Because they came this year.
Here, I'll just show him the room real quick. so
The
he
Palms,
can see it.
Palms of Largo, they canceled last minute last year because of COVID. She got COVID and she couldn't
Well, she
come.
came this year?
She came this year, Paula, yeah.
So
Very
see
nice.
here, they have all the tables set up and people came and got information about different things. They had massage people here.
Oh, yeah, and he was,
Dying to
they
get
were
in.
ahead.
Look
They're gonna
how,
be dying to get in with
look how many
our-
people
with
are
our
all around and
income and
everything.
age and everything?
Yeah, so it was very nice.
Yeah, and the hospital did
I
what
wonder
did
if
they
you're
do,
making enough money
glucose?
on it.
Do
Oh,
what?
yeah, the hospital did a little mini
Yeah.
blood workup
Physical.
on you. They checked your blood sugar and they did 3 things. Of course, your blood pressure, blood sugar, they
Yeah.
pricked your finger.
So yeah, we had a stretch therapist and a massage therapist. They are by far the busiest tables. They are busy from the time they get here to the time they leave. They could be here longer, but they don't want to be.
No.
But anyway, so it's a nice event, and I think again, getting the word out. People even some of the participants, the healthcare participants, came here thinking it was outside, and they were dressed like Eskimos. I'm like, they're like, isn't
Oh, the
this
only thing that
outside?
was outside was the Bloodmobile.
Yes, the Bloodmobile's the only
Blood,
thing. that's in the park.
Bloodmobile, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
one
Cool.
Yeah, Tammy, they hooked it up.
Yeah, we try to get like, because a lot of people, like, you move here and you're like, oh, I don't have a dentist. Oh, I don't have a chiropractor. Oh, I don't have a massage therapy. You're looking for all that stuff.
I forgot about that. That's right.
About what?
When you move here, you don't know where anything is.
You don't. You gotta
Oh.
find it all. we have a friend that literally for the first 2 years she lived here flew back to Chicago every time she went to get her teeth cleaned, her hair done, anything. She flew back to Chicago.
I still have vendors up there. My ears.
I have a couple, but I don't fly back for them. But anyway, so okay. Speaking of new residents, so the discussion started maybe like 2 months ago about doing. Oh, I'll tell you how it started. So we had, after Hurricane Ian, there was a 30-year resident that had.
I'll share.
No, you don't have to share. I just keep forgetting to go down in my thing. So we had a resident that we did, like, they literally couldn't physically get out for Ian. So they moved to, over the bridge and then blah, blah, blah. But so, we did a little bon voyage gift for him, which it's kind of hard to track the people that move, but we can track the people that are new. So if you want to look at this list, we're going to start doing from the city of Bel Air Beach and the Park and Rec Board, Bel Air Beach welcome bags for new residents. So Kyle has so graciously agreed to put in, so we have some extra of the white bags from the Health and Wellness Fair with the Bel Air Beach sticker. So we'll put it in the nice little bag, and then we'll put another Bel Air Beach sticker in there. We'll put a Life is Better in Bel Air Beach dish towel that's embroidered. They should be ready next week to pick up. We're gonna put a little mini sunscreen, a little mini SPF lip balm, a Bel Air Beach embroidered hand towel. So you see the cost of that, and then Kyle, there'll be a welcome letter, there'll be all the appropriate Bel Air Beach new resident handout, like you gotta get a beach pass, a car sticker, you need a hurricane pass to get back over the bridge if something happens.
You're charged for the library.
Yeah, just all the information
Yeah.
they need as a new resident. And then local utility contact information. And then I had a meeting yesterday for the foundation with Duke Energy, and she said, I would love to help you with that, with like storm preparedness.
So I was just writing.
So she has pamphlets, like, and then I've just kind of like on my own been going out when I'm out and about, and I've been asking people, hey, like local businesses, do you have any like coupons or giveaways or whatever that you would like to give to like let new residents know that you're here, because they're always looking for new things when they get here, restaurants, dry cleaners, blah blah blah. So this is what Clean Eats dropped off to put in our new resident welcome bag.
Oh, cute.
Publix literally gave a whole other bag of tchotchkes. It's got a ton of stuff in it. They're all in Kyle's office.
Oops, sorry.
Oh, that's okay. So like we have a couple that are pending. Bel Air Market gave some coupons.
Sorry.
That's okay. Coastal Market gave some information. Gold's Gym gave away 6 free months of membership to new residents.
That's
To new
amazing.
residents.
6 months?
Yeah, for little coupons. So like I haven't had really any no's. People are like, oh my gosh, I buy all this marketing material and I have a venue to give it out and you're not gonna charge me. So like we don't wanna put too much stuff in there. So I say if we keep it to like 5 things, and no bag really has to be the same because they're not really, except for the top part and the information. But as far as like the little giveaways and coupons, as long as we have some, some stuff in there, it's nice. So we'll just kind of rotate that and keep it going. And if like you're out and about, what is that?
Lloyd's blood sugar's low.
Does he get that?
I get his notifications when his blood sugar's low, yes.
Do you need to call him?
No, he's playing golf with our grandson, so
Tell him to
He
eat a
should know.
granola bar.
he's been the diabetic for whatever many thousands of years. He should know to carry something. It's not mine, but I do check on him.
It's nice of you.
So, will it also contain like the packet? Is that when they're gonna get the packet or whatever? that's about getting off the island for hurricane, like the strategy and everything when they leave, so they get all those papers too. Is it in the welcome bag or they get it like somehow
I'll
else?
put it in the welcome
It's
bag.
in the welcome.
Yeah, that's good, because I think that's really important.
Yeah. And then was there a few more things that you added? I couldn't find the email with the things that like, so I just kind of gave the gist. There was a few more things that when he asked the people in the office, like the employees.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's just, they're not gonna be exactly the same, you know, the gist of it's gonna be, all the important information is gonna be the same. But it's just like a little nice welcome, so it's like, and say for example, across the street from me, like Nicole and Michael moved, the house was purchased,
We still don't know.
they still haven't moved in. They still don't have one thing there. So I still consider them new residents. So Kyle, like, how do you find out about new residents? You look at
There's
this
a-
house is
we got this
sold.
realtor that puts out a newsletter in the area, and it tells you all the sales in Bel Air Beach
Oh.
and the addresses.
So we're gonna go by that and like,
But we want them to come here for the bag, so we're gonna have to figure out
Contact
how to
them.
contact, yes.
okay. Yeah, and that's,
Maybe just a door hanger or something.
yeah, we like door hangers.
Yeah.
Not.
I was gonna
Did
say,
you see the rolling eyes?
Not.
You just gotta put a couple out.
That was not my favorite thing we did.
No, that was awful. Did you hear
I
that,
kept
Dave?
thinking we were gonna get shot.
That was awful, Dave. Did you? He's not gonna listen. Anyway, so yeah, but if you think of anything else, but like I said, they're pretty much already, everything's been ordered, everything's been put together. Probably someone in the city staff is gonna put together all of the new information, like welcome packet, like as far as storm and what you need in the library card and this, you know, hurricane, all of that, like that'll be prepared by someone in the
Yeah.
office. And then, yeah,
Maintain that.
so, and you know, like, what did you say? The average is 3 a month?
Roughly, yeah, 2, 3.
Yeah, so I mean, it's not a ton. I mean, but it's
We
not
got a lot
like,
of sales now too, so it's usually lower than that. We used
Yeah.
to.
Yeah.
it's not an overwhelming project by any means. It's just, once we get the gist of it set up and everything ordered, it's a matter of just throwing 3 or 4 of them together. So if they walk in the door, you can hand it to them and you're not scrambling in the back trying to put them together. So it's not, it's just a nice thing that I think is very, it's important. They're getting very important information and like, it's a feel-good thing.
Yeah.
It's, you know,
I remember we got one that was mostly a folder like this with all the, like to get the stickers and the hurricane ticket and all that. I think it was in a folder.
Maybe we could get some chocolates from Dean's over there. Or something nice like that. Just 2 little chocolates in a box.
yeah.
So in that packet, you give them, you know, kind of the agenda for Parks and Rec, for all the different events there are that we have and all that?
Yeah, and the website, that's a
Sure.
good idea.
Yeah, very good.
Yeah, put that in there, so then at the same time here, and by the way, you're certainly, we'd love to see you at these events,
Especially the beach cleanup.
Yeah.
beach cleanup.
Events and save and dates. Yeah, we can put foundation stuff on there too.
Yeah, excellent. I love that.
Yeah, great. And then what do you think about the chocolate idea? I mean, I don't
Trying to keep
know.
the price down. If we get,
No, I was gonna see if they just give it, like
Oh, they
the other
could.
people.
If you want to ask
To be
them,
honest.
that would
I'll
be
try
great.
it, yeah, not to pay for it.
I haven't like, there is no letter for this. I haven't asked for any, you know, anybody
Yeah, no, I know, I
to.
understand.
Yeah, it's just kind of like a, hey, I sent Publix manager an email that said, hey, we're doing welcome bags for new residents. If you have anything you want to, you know, throw in, like a coupon or some, and she gave us a ton. So
Yeah, I'll
they'll
do the
give what
same.
they have.
Yeah, okay. William Dean.
Oh man, those vendors, just, are you kidding? You could stuff a grocery bag full of stuff just with the vendors right up here.
In Indian Rocks
Am I in
Beach
the right way?
or Bluffs.
Bluffs,
Yeah.
public, just right up there. I mean, it's like, here we have new people coming here. Do you want, here, we're gonna give them this bag. Do you wanna be in this bag?
That's pretty much it. No one has really said no.
I would
Even if they
guess.
only want to give like a little coupon or a menu, they want something in
Or even
there.
a card.
Oh, the business card, yeah.
Just
that's
to
what-
let them know that it exists.
Well, I went to that, what is it called? The Coastal Market on Clearwater Largo Road where they have all of the furniture and
I
all of
love that place.
I didn't find it for 2 years, and that's what I told her. I go like, when people move to the beach, they want to put beachy stuff in their house.
My wife's shop is right across the way from her,
Okay.
Canopy.
Okay.
You didn't even know about,
I didn't.
you didn't even,
What's your wife's shop?
I didn't know the name of
she's
it.
Canopy.
Canopy. I just wrote it down. I knew she had a
She's
shop.
right
I didn't know
across,
where
we
it
bought a
was.
bunch of stuff from Coastal.
Isn't it nice? It's nice.
It's a great store. There's there's some very good stores. There's a fabulous antique store up there, Province.
Okay.
Andrea, great.
Yeah, that street is getting like just really built up and nice, and a lot of good new
There's
businesses.
another new antique shop up there too, but yeah, that's right. With these welcome bags, I would think there's all kinds of people that want to participate in that.
Yeah. So like I said, none of the bags have to be identical. We don't want to inundate them with 75 different coupons or
No.
bags but we can mix them up. And like I said, if you're out and about and you're just chit-chatting with someone and you're waiting for your whatever to come out and you want to ask them, feel free.
Yeah.
Because right now I want to say we have like 4 or 5 things. We have enough right now to put in the bags, but like it can alternate, we can change it, we can rotate it, we can do
Yeah.
whatever.
Good.
So
I
as
like
soon
it.
as we get the embroidery back, which should be any day now, we can pretty much put them together. So.
And how will you deliver them?
No, Kyle wants them to come to the city and pick them up.
Yes. I want them
That's how
to
he
be
goes, maybe we
familiar,
could put a door hanger on the
Because we
stage.
can't give them a parking pass unless they produce their registration.
Right.
Plus, I want them to see the city hall.
Yeah, I like it.
Couple coming in.
So that means you have to print door hangers too.
But 3 a month is not bad.
No.
You print 100 or whatever the minimum.
No, I was teasing about all the door hangers we
Yeah,
hung
yeah,
out for
yeah.
that easement survey. It was way more than 3. Those were not fun.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, so item number 12, review of the Bellar Beach logo merchandise. So this is another thing, like we, in the past couple years, we've tried to, like the city has always had logoed hats and license plates and,
Has license plates. That's not what we did. Right?
Shirts.
Sure.
but they didn't sell them
Changed
though,
everything,
those were
yeah.
just for the employees. But like as far as selling with the residents in the last like year and a half or
I
so.
mean, when I first came in, it was only hats, and then the license plates came back. Remember, because there was a request.
Yeah, Frank Banker requested the
Right.
license plates again.
That was it.
Okay, so like since we started doing this probably about a year and a half ago, 2
2
years,
years,
2
yeah.
years ago. So we kind of rotate. So we've done probably 3 orders of the large beach towels. We've done hand towels. We've done the little, the little.
Purses.
Belly bags.
So yeah, exactly. The little fanny packs.
Fanny packs.
What else have we done? Oh, tank tops and t-shirts. So that was difficult because it was hard to have all of the colors and the styles and the sizes and designs in stock. So I know Aaron mentioned like a couple things. I don't really know where that stands. Maybe you can talk to about maybe doing the shirts in-house. I don't know if that got kiboshed.
Yeah, I reached out to, so I used to own a print shop, print shirts and stuff. I reached out to Sandmar because we're a city municipality and our primary business isn't sales. We're unable to ascertain a wholesaler's license
Oh, okay.
and a reseller's permit. So that's what's holding us back.
Okay.
So I tried.
So like when we have a stack of, I don't know, I think they're back there, but like Mary Mouse right down by Columbia, that's where we were getting all the tank tops and t-shirts. So you can literally go there and get your size, your color, your style, and they'll print it for you. So we weren't, they weren't giving us that big of a discount anymore, and they're like 2 for $24 or something. So I think a lot of people just don't know that you could go there. They think it's all like Sand Key Clearwater or Clearwater Beach, but they have a lot of Bellar Beach. They have stickers and they have koozies and they have obviously about 8 to 10 different.
Where is this?
If you go, you know where Columbia,
Backwaters.
Backwater Grill?
Backwaters, Columbia.
Backwards,
Restaurant.
right.
Okay, it's in that.
It's about 4 doors down from Backwater.
So in the same store in the clothing store, or no?
It's called Mary Mouse, so it's like
Mary Mouse.
it's a touristy like.
Oh, very touristy.
Yeah.
They've been going out of business for
They've been
3
going
years
out of
now.
business for 6 years. No,
6 years.
longer,
Yeah.
way longer. They've been going out of business forever, but they're not.
Well, I So that's where you go to get our branded stuff?
No, the embroidered stuff, we go somewhere else. This is like the iron-on, like the tank
Okay.
tops and stuff that I'll
Screen
wear.
print, isn't that what it's called?
Screen print, yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Like
called
last year, they had a
transfer.
truck.
Those are transfers.
Transfers, yeah, like the iron, like where they
Yeah.
do it.
They were e-transfers.
Yeah, so they were like having us buy 30 at a time, and so we were trying to mix
It
and
kept
match.
changing.
And they kept changing, and the price kept changing, and they kept making errors. So it just got to be a lot. So we just are like, if people come in and ask, we'll just go to Mary Mouse.
Yeah.
And then we just do the things that don't involve choices. So like right now, like I said, there's beach towels back there, there's license plates, the hats are ordered.
And it's still handbags or fanny.
They're fanny packs and the hand
Stickers.
towels and sticker. The hand towels should be here anytime, the stickers are back there too. For $2, the Bel Air
So I
Beach.
can't get one of those shirts?
Not unless you work here.
Is that it, really? Only if you work, huh?
I don't even know the answer.
Pretty much, yeah. We could look into a better, I would like to keep work uniforms looking different than what we're selling to the public. So we could do something similar. I just would not want to be selling, I guess, merchandise that someone could represent themselves as a city employee.
So you have that
There's
same
ways-
problem with
There's
hats?
ways to take this logo and make it,
Sure, if you really wanted to, you could.
yeah.
Do you have that same problem with hats?
No, but I mean, we give those out to public works employees. There's probably, we got one that wears them. But no, we haven't had that problem.
Hmm.
But they're also driving a public works truck in
Right.
their uniform.
Because I was thinking, obviously, if they're already making the shirts for the city, then, you know, the price goes down, they've got it all set up with the sizes. They
Based
have
off of
to, they have to
quantity.
provide all the sizes.
That's all based off of quantity. So the price goes down when you have a quantity of shirts or apparel. They're not going to give you a set price in sporadic orders. They won't do it. They're charged based off of how much they bring in, how much they're buying from the wholesaler in. So that's how you get that price reduction.
Okay,
Unfortunately, yeah.
sorry, just curious.
Another unique way you could do it with a shop though is looking at pre-purchasing transfers, the heat transfers. And I don't know, I used to do that with the YMCA, Home Depot, so on and so forth. But they would pre-purchase transfers, and when you wanted to have an event, you know, or if you had an event where you wanted to sell shirts, you already had your logo, you already bought it. You just have to worry about getting apparel and or having that shop, whoever you're using, or the apparel, but you've already paid for the logo. That's another unique way to save money and have something, you know, you're not sitting on product on a bunch of shirts. You know, if someone wants to buy a shirt, you know, you'll say, oh, or if you have an event coming up, you need 10 shirts, you have the 10 logos.
Yeah.
So it's,
I think like just the city staff doesn't really like dealing with people buying shirts either, like at the front desk.
It's just if you have multiple shirts, multiple sizes, everybody wants to see everything.
Yeah.
And it's hard to try on. That's why it's
Some
just
other things,
easier to send
yeah.
them to Mary
It's
Mouse.
not their job.
And we're not really in the shirt, I mean, we're not really in the retail business, like you said.
Right.
And
Yeah.
like, so if we just have like the beach towels or the fanny packs that are one size fits all, one color, no choice, it makes it easy for everybody. And we're not trying to, like, we're not trying to make money, we're not trying to
No.
save money.
That's-
This is a
it's
service to the city, and it has been since day one. Like, there's a little bit of an upcharge on the items to cover the taxes and the cost for
Yeah, any little overhead.
any little
Just
overhead,
getting it
but
done.
I'm talking very small.
Yeah.
Like, no one's making any money on these. It's a service for the
But we
residents.
see it as
Right.
a benefit because people are promoting the city and they're taking pride in the city merchandise.
I'm surprised we have any merchandise myself.
And we sell it, it goes. Like, and we sell it and then we buy more. We don't keep a ton of inventory. Like, we don't buy, you know, thousands of dollars of stuff. I mean, you can go back into the storeroom and take a look. Like, I'll do inventory like maybe once a month or something like that, just to see. Or they'll call me or email me and say, hey, Tammy, we're out of, like, we had a run and I sold like, you know, 6 hats this week. And so we have, you know, and I know they let you know too.
Right, yeah, the residents let us know that they want more,
They do.
so we feel okay.
They do. And,
Yeah.
and like I
Thought
said,
we
we
were
kind of
pushing it.
had it around Christmas because people want to buy Christmas gifts. And
Question.
yes, ma'am.
The cup like this is a really not necessarily a Yeti, but something like that. I mean, everybody in this town loves their own sippy cups. I'm sure they have them, but maybe ones with the Bel Air Beach might be nice too.
Yeah, no, we have looked at those and we priced them, and maybe it's something that we look at once all the fanny packs are gone.
Okay. I
But
like
yeah,
that.
that's a good idea.
Especially you're out on your boat, like they look nice.
Yeah. I just put my sticker on mine.
Mhm.
But see, I need the sticker off because, like, I probably should have never put it in the dishwasher.
Yeah.
That's somebody
Yeah,
that's
that's the one that's
serious
spelled wrong.
about keeping it cold.
Yeah. It is. See, I wanted it to scrape off. See, Mary
Small
Mouse
error.
spelled them wrong. On one color, they were spelled correctly. On another color, they were spelled wrong.
Are you serious?
Wait a minute, Bel Air Beach is spelled wrong.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
Drop right down.
I'm just letting you know, I am having some trouble hearing.
What?
I'm sorry, I'm doing the best I can.
I'm teasing.
I just noticed.
I
that.
thought you were teasing. I really did. It's funny.
No, I apparently not. Now you know. Now
Anyway.
you know the extent of the problem.
So yeah, we're always open to new things. We just have to sell what we have because we, like I said, we don't keep a ton of inventory. It's just like we get rid of one thing and we bring in another and we see how it goes. And if they fly off the shelves, then we'll order it again right away. Like we'll keep ordering it as long as.
And if they don't sell fast, we just take it to the next event and just.
And they sell.
And it goes.
Yeah, we have merchandise tables at the events typically.
I have all my stuff.
You have all your stuff.
Yeah, the towels, the.
Yeah. Yeah, people like them. They're like, they're nice, especially
It's-
the embroidered stuff.
Yeah, and especially like you once said, when you have guests and you put them out, it looks so nice.
It does. Okay, so the other thing that the Park and Rec Board does at least once or twice a year is we do park surveys. So I'm just going to talk to you about it a little bit today. I think we're going to do the assignments of the park surveys for the next meeting. I know it says that, but I don't think we're ready to do that yet. But so like we have, I'm just going to read what we have. We have South Park, 2nd Street, the Marina, Morgan Park, and 7th Street, 20th Street and 25th, 16th and Hibiscus Park East, the City Hall grounds and Crossman Park, Belle Isle Park, and 6th Street Park. Did I miss any? I have Bayside and 19th Street. That seems like a lot, doesn't it? I thought we only had 13.
The 11 parks, the
Think so.
marina, and the 3 accesses.
Okay.
11 parks.
Uh-huh.
Say that again.
City Marina
City Marina, yeah.
and the 3 Bel Air Shore beach access.
Well, what about City Hall grounds?
That's Beach River.
Yeah.
Oh, is that counted?
That's
Maybe
that's
you
one
can
of the
break it
11.
off. We don't
So
have to.
15. So 15. Okay, so then we just split it where you get 3 or 4 apiece parks, and then we give like maybe a month or 2. And if you're like me, you're gonna wait till the day before they're due, and you're gonna go because it takes 5 minutes unless you ride your bike. And Patty makes these nice little stickers for us. I taped that on there when I was doing those. Temporary parking permit while we're doing the surveys. I just put my blinkers on. It literally takes 5 minutes. And what has worked best for us, so you just kind of, you walk the park and you just look general conditions of the park. What's good, bad, ugly, and different. Features and benefits. Does it have a kayak launch? Does it have a dock? Does it have a fishing pier? If it has anything, what is the state of that feature? Potential improvements, immediate concerns or potential danger / issues. And then what we found works best and was most effective is if you take your pictures and then email them to yourselves. And then the ones that you really want to make a point on, like, the pole that got knocked over, or if like the seawall is cracking, anything like that. And then we just, we turn them in and then we make the packets and then everybody gives their reports. And then Kyle started, what, a year and a half ago?
Yes.
Doing a recap sheet for the city employees, the maintenance workers. And so like they take our suggestions and he splits them into categories like of what can be done immediately, what needs to be voted on. Like I would say, every time someone did Morgan Park, they'd say the parking lot is bad, we need to repave the parking lot, and the
Yeah.
parking lot was just repaved, so
Okay.
that would be a check mark, but they're really, really good about going down, and then Kyle, oh, Patty has it right there.
Yeah, this thing, right? Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So it's just time to do it again, so,
Is it once a year?
once or twice a year we do it.
Yeah, all the hazard potentials and quick things we'll take care of pretty much next day.
Yeah.
So-
Can we add the easements to that list?
Sure, you mean the walking easement? Sure.
Yep.
I don't mind, does anybody else mind?
I don't mind.
Okay.
Sometimes they get a little dangerous with the roots and stuff, I don't know.
The roots and the growth over,
Yeah.
yeah.
We got
for sure.
some pending code enforcement on that now.
Okay, good, yeah, if it's, you're trying to walk, you don't wanna fall.
Oh, you mean, the roots
Yeah, those
down
roads down
by
the
you?
south side.
Yeah.
Those are,
I've seen them spray painted pink before, so
Yellow.
people see them.
That's the
Yellow,
way they were
are
when I got here.
Oh, okay.
They sprayed the roots. There's that one oak, there's only one oak tree on that easement. I thought there were more, but down by.
Yeah, it's a
where-
big one too, but,
Right.
it's large, yeah.
so is this board expected or hopefully enticed to help your board? I mean, is this committee expected to help the foundation on different things like the beach cleanup, stuff like that? Not the beach cleanup, the bridge.
No, it's completely your choice as a
Okay.
resident.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this is the city's Park and Recreation Board, so it's a city board. And then the Bel Air Beach Community Foundation is a separate entity. And when they want to communicate with the city, they communicate through me.
Okay.
Yeah, so you can participate as a resident, but you don't have to.
Okay.
As a member of the Park and Rec Board. So it's greatly appreciated though. I'll make that plug. Anyway, is there, again, at the next one, I'll have, type up like an assignment sheet. And what I like to do, cause like for me, like we live by South Park and Second Street, I'm not surveying those. Like I want to like I've, over the last couple times that we've done these, I've tried to get to every single park in Bel Air Beach because I didn't even really know we had all these parks.
I didn't.
Yeah.
Yeah, so like what I'll do first is I'll have you guys go, I've never been to this one, and this one, and those are the ones that I'm gonna ask you to survey. So you see places that you haven't seen before.
We should do a field trip day and go visit them all.
Together.
Together.
We
Sounded
could ride
like
our
right, I need
bikes
more
or
work.
walk.
Just volunteer.
Grady did.
What happened?
Grady
Oh,
said-
are you driving us around?
Oh, in the truck, can we sit in the back?
Oh, I think that would be very good.
Only up at Clearwater Beach.
That's hysterical.
Does,
Cocktails never hurt.
does Bel Air Beach, so, like we did that deal for the foundation, we went over the Causeway Bridge there. That's Bel Air Bluffs on the other side then. So in terms of the actual cleanup of the spaces and stuff like that, so we do the beach cleanup, right? That's us. Would our committee do the cleanup, or, so let's say, for example, something I see all the time that I've kind of been itching to get after, right? The mangroves over here by the playground, am I pointing in the right direction?
Playground's
Yeah, I
this
came
way.
in here, okay, playground,
It's that way.
Yeah,
right,
behind you.
that way. Is that right, playground? That way?
Yeah, we know where you're talking.
No, that way.
It's that way.
We're on
No,
the,
that way. No, over here.
yeah.
Right. There's a lot of debris that comes up, it comes off of boats and what have you. And it goes up in that, it's a messy job to clean that up. So would that be the kind of thing where you would do a survey and you would say, there's debris here, would we clean that up or would the city
No,
clean it up?
we
Or how
would
does
The
clean
that?
city cleans it up.
The city cleans
We
it
just
up.
tell them about it.
We just tell them about it.
Yes.
Yeah, so whoever has the city, like whoever surveys the city and like the tennis courts and the mangroves that you're talking about, that would be, you would take pictures of like, there's a ton of garbage back there, and then you show the pictures, and that would
Right.
go on that list.
Okay.
And that would be something, if it's not dangerous, it's just gonna go on their work list, and they'll clean it up when they're cleaning up the park normally.
In the mangroves, typically we trim that, we're allowed to trim it once a year. And when they're going through there, they're cleaning up the ground cover that grows and then picking up the trash. When it comes over to the, like the swale area, that's closer to the 9th Street residents,
Right.
that gets inspected monthly, so when there's trash in that area, it gets pulled out.
Right.
Just to keep the swale functioning.
Well, and what about there's a retention pond,
Over there,
there's a retention pond
or the county.
here,
Yeah.
there's a retention pond over there. How about these, I mean, these are just as much
That's
public
what-
spaces as any of these other things are.
Aren't they
As far as
county?
the aesthetic,
The retention pond and the detention pond that are part of the city hall property, that's our responsibility. That's on our NPDES inspections. And then we satisfy the SWIFT mud requirement to have it inspected by an engineer every year. That is the county's pond. That's all on them. We maintain it like we do a park, or to the best of our ability, to keep it nice because it is very visible coming into the city, but it's not our property. It was set up that way because the county will only come every 6 months to any pond in the county. That's just what they'll do. So we kind of took over to keep it better.
so in other words, I guess my point is, really anything that's kind of, it's a very visible deal, why not just put it on the list and say, here's, pick up all these spaces? All
Yeah,
of them.
I don't,
Because, Bel Air Beach, the Bel Air Shore properties aren't ours, but we're the ones that use it, so.
right, I got you, okay.
In the same token, we should probably invite the Bel Air Bluffs people to come out and,
Do the bridge with us.
how about clean the beach with us?
Well, see, we do, and Nicole does the postings, and it comes from Harbor Bluffs. So like Nicole's posting from that side of the bridge, so they get it as well as us.
What is it, the people on the beach called? What are they called?
Bel Air Shore.
Bel Air Shores.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the bridge cleanup. You're talking about the beach cleanup.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
they don't even want us on the beach, really, and we're cleaning it for them, so. It's a good thing to clean the beach, but they're not.
But you know what I
We
would,
always go, we only go north.
they is a very generalized comment. I would say that like when we're out there cleaning the beach, the people in Bel Air Shores 9 times out of 10, if they're out there, will come say thank you. Like I don't think it's everyone. I think there are a couple of people who are, squeaky wheel,
Yeah.
louder than everyone else, that make it seem like they mean all of Bel Air Shore. I can't see anybody, any resident there saying, I don't want you on my beach cleaning it. Like, so I don't know.
In my experience, I would agree because when I've been out there raking, because we also will rake Bel Air Shore, their residents will come out and thank me more so than anywhere in Bel Air Beach. So they are appreciative of what we do.
You're raking?
In the past, I've raked.
There is, when you have construction too, I mean, I don't know whose responsibility it is, but some of those lots are empty. And I have cleaned up somebody who was living there.
Like a homeless person?
Yeah, well, it was a homeless person, right. So a homeless person was living, there's that empty lot on, what is it, like, is it 12th or 13th? And there was like a
In Bel Air
plastic.
Beach?
No, on Bel Air Shore,
Bel Air Shore.
on the Gulf side. So there was a homeless person living
Oh.
right below the seawall, perfect spot. There's just all
Yeah,
kinds
What
of
a
crap.
view.
That's what
That's right, that's what I would
Calucci
do.
said.
Why not? I mean, if you're homeless, be crazy not to. But, so,
Showers and everything. That's what what's her name?
it's a
Calucci.
smart homeless person.
Bar.
Yeah, the Calucci. That's the
Barbara.
yeah. Said there were several there, and they said, yeah, they got free showers.
Toilets and everything,
Well,
right.
Yeah, so yeah, I don't mind adding, so I'll work with Kyle and we'll add all of the walking easements and the retention ponds. Like, the retention ponds will, like, that one we've never had, but the one that's on the city hall property would pretty much go with whoever's got city hall to survey.
Well, I mean, like I say, if there was garbage around it, when people come into the city, that's what they
it.
see.
That's what they see.
This
yeah.
and that.
And we don't want that.
Yeah.
All right. So now you guys have a gist of what we do. So I'll get the overall list together, and then I'll just type up the couple of questions, and then short instructions, and then Patty will send it out to everybody with the next agenda, and then we can just, like I said, go around and you can go, I want this one and I want that one. And I've done them all pretty much up until this point. So like, you guys pick what you want, and then I'll take whatever's left. So, and then they'll, like I said, they'll be due like the next month or the month after that. We'll decide on a due date together.
So we try to get to each individual deal once a year, twice a year?
Twice a year. At
Twice
least twice a year
okay,
we've
you've
been
said
doing.
that, okay.
Yeah, at least twice.
All right.
But then, it's like if you live by a park, like I'm always calling, especially on South Park, because there's, if you're there and you're walking past it with your dog and there's an issue, then you call and just say, hey, this is broken, or this has been knocked down, or this is, whatever. If you're out and about, like you do it as a resident anyway. So like, it's like they don't know what they don't know. And if you don't tell
If we don't tell them, they'll never know.
Well, it just seems, if you're gonna go out there though, to me, just, if there's a couple items of trash to pick up or something like that, I mean, I don't see the point in going out there and not picking up the trash. They say there's trash out here, but here, I'm right here, call up them, then I go, we don't pick up the trash? If we go out to a place
Are you
and,
talking about the surveys?
talking about the survey.
Yeah, you can pick up the trash if you want. I would tell you that 99% of the time, there's been no garbage in any of the parks that I've gone
believe
to.
it.
Yeah, there really hasn't, especially like on like the inner part of the city. There just hasn't been. But I mean, if there is and you want to pick it up, you absolutely can.
Okay, there is trash on easement though.
Yeah, I don't walk the easement very much. My dog
I
doesn't
do.
like the easement.
Because of the roots.
No, she just can't walk that far. And she doesn't like her feet getting wet and dirty.
Oh, yeah,
Well, you
that's
got
right.
one
I'm
of
supposed
those.
to pick up my dog so that it doesn't get all dirty on easement. That's what I'm supposed to do. with
That's
the
what
little
you're
dog.
supposed to do.
Oh, my goodness.
So,
Anyway.
that's true.
So.
I know.
can
Does,
you tell me-
does anybody have any other questions about the park surveys?
Well, after everybody adjourns, I want somebody to give me a list so I can write.
Yeah, we're
around
gonna
and look
type
at
up a
them.
list.
Okay.
And then send it out, and then you'll have it before our next meeting.
Okay.
Okay. Agenda item number 14, other business. Does anybody have any?
Not really.
The only thing I forgot to mention, when I could have mentioned earlier, so in regards to the beach cleanup, so Kyle and I, for 2 years in a row, have gone to the Keep Pinellas Beautiful Thank You, because we do both. The foundation does the bridge, and Beller Beach does the beach cleanups through Keep Pinellas Beautiful. So they're the ones that provide all of the stuff. And then after you do the event, there's you have the liability form that everybody fills out, and then there's an event recap that you have to fill out. It's real easy, like how many people, how many kids, how many adults, how much trash did you pick up, how long was it, was there a training? I'm like, yes, I give the barefoot training every month, that your barefoot safety.
Really? No, you're kidding me, right?
That's usually for Frank.
You did
right?
do it on the bridge.
I did do a safety
Yes.
speech on the bridge, I
Yeah.
did. So, so like so they do a little impact report, so you see Beller Beach is number 2 under the city. I'll pass it around.
Well, we're not like second overall.
No, we're not second, it's
We're
just
in
alphabetical
You're in
order.
alphabetical order. Thank
Alphabetical
you for
order.
pointing that out.
But we're still on there.
What is it?
It's just the,
They've been tracking how much we report.
so like
they give
on
us
the
some numbers.
recap that you send in, they total it for the whole year, and then they put it in the annual report. So, how did we fare against other towns?
I tried scanning that so I could just move it
What's
to a spreadsheet
KPB?
It was
for
hard.
the fun of it. I just never had enough time. I wanted to see like
Keep
per
Pinellas
capita how we
Beautiful.
were because I think we would
Keep
do well
Pinellas Beautiful.
Yeah.
if we compare our size.
It's a smaller
Bel Air's
version of
number
Keep
one,
America
huh?
Beautiful, it's not a smaller version,
No,
it's a
it's alphabetical.
offshoot.
Yeah.
What is it called?
God, I'm
Keep
slow
America
today.
Beautiful.
I'm really slow today.
Yeah, they're like a branch off of that. or
No wonder we're
whatever you call
second.
it.
I'll be
I don't
darned.
know if it's a Keep
Volunteer
Florida Beautiful.
hours.
I think it's just Keep America Beautiful.
Oh, we do a lot more. That's dumb. We do a lot
They've
more
been
than
growing.
that.
Oh, no, that's 143 pounds. That was
Oh,
for
how do you
last
come
year.
up with this? This is wrong.
That
What do you mean
animal I
74
picked
and a
up
half
weighed
hours? You
50.
did that 2 months of beach cleanup. You got,
Well, it's only an hour each time.
yeah, but you have 15, 20 people out there every time.
Is that a weight? Are you talking about weight or?
No,
pounds?
hours.
I'm kind of a competitive guy.
Do you want to fill out the forms from now on? You can put whatever you want.
What do we get if we win?
I don't think it was a game.
I think it's
Yeah.
a half
Not
of
a
that.
It's either help or don't help.
Well, look, if somebody's gonna spend the money to put together this glossy and all this thing, I mean, right, huh? I'm just trying to figure out how it works.
Okay,
They
you
got a lot of corporate
study
stuff,
that.
too.
Let him
You
take
study
it
this,
home
you
and
want me
look
to
at
study
it.
this?
You study it and figure out how we can move up.
Leaders are not trying to
But we're
figure
still
out
gonna be
why
in
anybody
alphabetical
spent money.
order. So our spot's not gonna move. You can just, you can give a pep talk at the next beach cleanup.
I think,
I'll bring
I
that
think
book.
that in our new resident package, you should have that thing in there and point out that we're second on this deal. And somebody will just read right past it, they won't see that it's in alphabetical order. like I
Highlighted.
You
just
won't
did.
even know if it-
Look,
Huh?
Bel Air Beach, second on the list.
Yeah, where it came in second,
Bel
right
Air.
behind Bel Air. Those Bel Air guys beat us again.
And then you have that.
This is pretty nice. I
It is
wonder how many
nice.
people know this exists.
Keep Pinellas Beautiful, or that book.
This book.
Well, we didn't know until this year.
They
is
didn't
the
do
first
them
time.
last year. They got some big sponsors, and so they did a very nice thank you. They got Coca-Cola and Seagram's sponsoring.
Wow.
So they got some
Yeah,
cash.
They're growing.
Yes, they're
Doing well.
growing, and very, very nice people. Did they
They're
drop off my cup?
sponsors.
Mm-mm.
Oh, yeah, look at this.
Yeah. So, the more money they have, the more they can do, just like anything else.
Yeah.
So, okay, so no other business. I just want to show you guys that because it's nice. And then our last agenda item is next meeting date and time. So, would you guys like to pick it now, or would you like me to put 2 or 3 dates together and have Patty send them out for March?
Maybe we could discuss 2 or 3 dates and then have.
Yeah, we can do it right now.
March. Filling up.
Do
Okay.
Thursdays work well? For the most part? Thursday at 2
Yeah.
o'clock?
Tuesdays and Thursdays are good for me.
Okay.
Tuesday's better for me, but
You can do Tuesday, Thursday?
Mhm.
You can do Tuesday, Thursday. Tuesday's better, you're indifferent?
Yeah.
John, are Tuesdays good for you?
Actually, yeah, Tuesdays in the afternoons are fine, but so are Thursdays, so.
okay.
Okay, so why don't we, how about Tuesday, March 14th
It's a good day for
at
me.
2 o'clock?
Tuesday, March 14th.
Okay. Wednesday. Hmm.
Does that work for everybody?
Yeah.
Okay,
Don't see anything on that date right now.
awesome.
That's not during spring break, is it?
Well,
Or
it
is it?
depends because the spring breaks are all over the board.
Yeah, I
Like,
know,
my
it's
son is
crazy.
here the following week, and then we have other family that are on spring break the week after that. So it just depends on where they're coming from.
Yeah.
So it could be spring break.
For somebody, it
For
probably
somebody
is.
it is, but I don't know. So, all right, we don't have to vote on that, right? Everybody's just in agreement that Tuesday,
Yeah.
the 14th at 2 p.m. is
Second.
good. Okay, and then I will make a motion for adjournment. May I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All right, so adjourned.